Hi Jane, how are you? Welcome in my Zoom room. I invited Jane to come in my Zoom room. She's a very gifted kinesiologist, a healer, very intuitive, amazing lady. And what I really, her new thing at the moment is she made a deck of 6. And this is about oracle cards. It comes in a beautiful bag, it comes out like this. And I've been working the last week with the cards, and it's so beautiful. But I invited Jane to know more about the cards. I want to know what brought her or what inspired her to make those cards. Would you like to tell us about it?
Sure. Well, thank you so much for having me join you in your Zoom room. That's really cool. The deck of sixes was actually a thought that channeled through. So I was helped. I was given these as a gift from Source, from Spirit. I work with a lot of teenagers, and their parents are always asking, is there something else they can do at home? They can't come and see me every week, really. And this is just one thing that I thought, I can create this, and this will give them some guidance and insight for what they're going through and what they're experiencing. My goal, of course, is to teach them to look higher, to not get stuck in the drama of the everyday, everything that's happening in their lives. It's just too amplified in those teenage and those tween years. So these are to give them some guidance, to give them some lightness, and to start to put them into touch with their spirit guides and the angels and the fairies and the power of crystals, also the power of herbs, plants as healing medicine, and colours and numbers. Of course, colours and numbers are all around us, but until you mention it to a young person to notice what the colours and the numbers are, most of them won't notice it.
So
if we can teach them that, then they will look further. And
so you really made this deck for teenagers to become more aware what's out there in the nature. To maybe use the source to bring more awareness. Is that right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's really important that they understand that what they're going through is transitionary, and this is just a way to give them some potential reason why they're going through things, just to give them some more context.
And guidance, yes. Well, would you like to maybe give a demo, just a short demo? What's the easiest way for kids to how to work with those cards? Yeah. Would you like to give us just a?
Absolutely.
They're beautiful, honestly.
Oh, thank you so much. You're so very kind. So we have 6 sections. So we break it up into 6 sections. So the first section is crystals, turn them face down. Then we've got the herbs, the flowers, face down, the archangels, the fairies, because who doesn't like a little bit of fairy magic in a guidance spread? Then our colours and numbers. And then just mess each pile up, just confuse them all so that they don't know what's what. And as they're doing this, I instruct the team just to think about what they're going through, what they're experiencing at this time, how they're relating within their world, anything they'd like to know, it might even be a yes, no answer they're seeking, or just some guidance for the week. So it's always good to do the deck of 6 spread on a Sunday afternoon or on a Monday morning, if we don't have to get up so early to go to school. And it's just to set them up for a week of just some guidance of some things they can do in the week to keep them focused and empowered. So we'll begin first with, I'm just going to take one from each deck. So what do we got? We got clear quartz. We got purple. That's always a good colour. Aloe vera. Archangel Chemuel. And Fairy Oberon. He's the king, the fairy king. And the number 5. So then,
So Jane, so what you do is you have 6 pals, right? And then you
yep,
take 1 card of each pal. So you end up with 6 cards. That's correct, is it?
that's right. Yep. There's 6 lots of 6 in the whole deck. So there's a potential of 36 different combinations. Okay, so then laying them down in front of them. If they asked a yes/no question, and actually, why don't we get anyone watching to ask a yes/no question, just to tune in to me, even though they might be watching on replay.
Sure.
And just tune in to this card, asking a question. Okay, and then we'll look at the card. And this is the yes card. Of course, there's 3 yes and 3 no. So whatever your question was, I'd be fairly certain that you've got a yes answer for that. So now let's look at this spread. So that's just one way to use it to get a yes or no. Now with the clear quartz card, the clear quartz is for power, protection, memory and good luck. So they can add that, from this they take away the information that they are supported, they're protected, they're powerful, and also that concept that they are unlucky, because being a teen or a teenager, you can feel quite unlucky. So just to remind them that actually luck's a mindset and they can tap into that luckiness all they like. The next one is the number 5, and the number 5 is, there's an affirmation on the card, and it's about being loyal to the angels and guides, following all guidance and clarity with joy, reminding them to be strong, to be reliable, and to be happy, and embracing change. So that's really what the number 5 is telling them. In their spread. So far we've got be strong, reliable and happy, and we've got that we're surrounded, we're lucky people and we're powerful. And then let's add to that King Oberon's twist on things. And a King Oberon is actually a little bit of a tricky customer. He's a bit powerful, angry and vengeful and argumentative. So this is really just a reminder to them to, you know, maybe consider other people's point of view. We've got these other 2 cards putting us in a really positive mindset. In order to get to a positive mindset, we must consider other people's point of view. It's okay to have an argument, but it's not okay to argue and make someone else wrong, which, you know, and when you're a teenager or a tween, then quite often, you know, you might argue just for the fun of it. And that's okay if you're arguing for the fun of it, as long as you make it known to who you're arguing with. Okay? And we can make that known by bringing some lightness to the argument.
That's great.
And then we've got, we're building a picture.
Yes.
Then we've got the colour purple. Of course, this is all about magic. So if we can just calm our King Oberon, we can bring through magic, luck and power, and embrace change with much more ease. Then we're going to bring through some information from Archangel Chemuel, and he's all about opening your heart when you are feeling anxious or sad, assisting with friendships and family situations. So Chemuel's really just bringing through some, you know, some more information that in order to deal with our Oberon aspect, our argumentative, fiery aspect, we really need to do it with an open heart. It's okay to be fiery and have a bit of an argument, but always be open-hearted so you can consider the other person's feelings. And then finally, we've got the plant, the herb aloe vera. This has endless applications, the aloe vera. But when used in this spread, it's a detoxing. It's a signal that we're detoxing. So when we detox, we don't just detox the body, we detox the emotions. So really just signaling to detox those proud, angry, vengeful thoughts so that we can come into all of this good, happy, open-hearted magic that, you know, that our guides are trying to bring through for us.
I think, to be honest, I feel I can relate those cards for people who are actually menopause. You know, it sounds strange. I always feel, you know, menopause are related to your second teenage years, you know, your hormones go all over the place. You see the world different. Sometimes you're more angry than you used to be. It feels like a second time teenage years. So I think that your cards are perfect for adults as well, for everybody. But I think this is really good for everybody. Actually, it's perfect for teenagers, but also I think for many people, to be honest, because it's easy to understand. It's easy to read. It's very clear. And what you just did is very clear. It's very easy to understand.
Oh, that's so great. I'm really so excited, and there is more information in the PDF booklet that comes with it.
Sure,
but just at face value of the cards, you can see it gives you quite a rounded. And I like that you applied it also to menopause, because you can also apply it in that same vein to postpartum. You know, when you're all weepy and leaky after a baby. Like, wouldn't they be great? But this week, I'm just going to focus on these things.
Yes, yes. I think it's a very good, very simple, easy way. So if people want to order your cards, what's the easiest way to contact you?
Well, Facebook is awesome. I love Facebook. So you can send me a friend request on just Jane McGarvey, or you can go to my business page, Jane McGarvey Kinesiologist, or even through my other business page, which is meditation and kinesiology workshops. There'll also be a link for them on the Soul Expansion Room, which is a public group on Facebook that other people are welcome to share and enjoy and post to. And the Soul Expansion Room is all about meditations and, you know, information and ways to get more of a soulful experience.
Yes, we forgot to tell you, you're doing singing bowls as well. So if people want to know more about singing bowls, watch Jane on what's a Soul Expansion, right? And here's her details.
Friday morning.
Friday morning. Here's her name, just in case. So totally recommend it to buy those cards. They're not very expensive, and there's always if you're not sure, you can always contact Jane. She always replies back. So very easy, accessible. Well, thank you so much for explaining and giving us a little demo, and keep up the really good work, because you're there for everyone, and you know, everyone who is, you know, who needs a hand. And I like the way how you inspire people. So,
oh, thank you.
Yes, I totally recommend it. Buy Jane's cards, and you will find her on internet. And if you can't find her, just contact me, and I will give you Jane's phone number. But I can tell you now, so it's 0478 438 439. Very easy to remember. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate your help and you vouching for the cards, you know. I really am so excited. I want to go into the second print. I think it's just a lot.
It's really cards for everyone.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.